Dear student, welcome to the Library Skills component of ACL 100. You will find the notes in Lesson 6 of your study guide. The focus of this section is to teach you how to find information sources and in doing so help you to become information literate. This lesson comprises of 3 sections. This recording is going to concentrate on the first section, namely orientation to the library or the media center, because we also have other media than just books. The media center is divided into 3 sections, namely a section for fiction, a section for non-fiction, and a section for reference works. Firstly, fiction. This section contains books that are not factual, but rather imaginary and invented by the author. They include different genres like science fiction, romance, family sagas, animal stories, and so forth. Secondly, in contrast, we have non-fiction, which is exclusively factual, like books on maths and science. These books are not for entertainment, but to obtain information. Thirdly, we have the reference section, reference works, which is also factual, but kept separately for the following reasons. They are books that are not meant to be read from cover to cover, but only used briefly to obtain quick information. There is no way that you're going to take a dictionary and read it from cover to cover, because that's not its purpose. The dictionary is just there to find a word. You also find encyclopedias to help you find brief information, atlases to help you find a place, yearbooks to give you brief information of an event in a certain year. Therefore, these books are arranged alphabetically with indexes to help you quickly find the information you seek. Reference books may not be borrowed from the library. The reason for this is that they must be available for use on demand. Over and above books, the Media Center also has journals, magazines, and e-zines. The difference between the 3 are the following. Journals are written by researchers or scholars for a specific field and are reviewed by peer scholars before publication. Magazines, on the other hand, contain articles written by journalists for a mass market audience. E-zines are electronic magazines that you will find on the World Wide Web. We also have a pamphlet collection, which is housed in a filing cabinet because pamphlets are too thin or flimsy to be placed on the shelves. Cuttings from newspapers and magazines are also housed in the pamphlet collection. The word auditory refers to sound. So audio media is sound media, or auditory media is sound media like CDs. Visual media is media that you can see. So this includes posters, slides, and transparencies. Audiovisual media are combined sound and visual presentation, something you can hear and see, like DVDs. A CD-ROM is a compact disc, like a CD, that needs to be used with a computer, unlike a CD that you use with the audio system. The difference is a CD just contains sound, but a CD-ROM contains large amounts of digital information. To give you an example, the 24 volumes of Encyclopedia Britannica can be housed on 3 compact discs. This is a wonderful opportunity for storage purposes if you have a media center where space is limited. An online database is an online searchable collection of journal articles. You have access to millions of online articles on various topics and thousands of ebooks if you access EBSCOhost. The internet, you can browse by means of Google and obtain information that way. Next, the organization of the media in the media center. Fiction is arranged according to the first three letters of the author's surname. We have the following categories given to fiction material. We've got fiction, which is English adult fiction, JF, which is junior fiction, AF, which is Afrikaans fiction, JA, which is junior Afrikaans, and Z, which is Zulu. A children's book written by Enid Blyton will have a call number put onto its spine. JF, which stands for junior fiction, and BLY is the first three letters of the author's surname. So before we shelve it, we put this address, this call number on the spine of the book. It's the address of the book where you will find it on the shelf. For non-fiction, we classify books using the Dewey Decimal Classification System, which classifies books according to their subject. There's an example, 968 SMI. That's the call number for a non-fiction book which will be placed onto the spine of the book. The 968 is the number for South African history, and if it was written by Smith, we would use the first three letters. That would be the address, the call number of the book. Folio books, they are books that are too large to fit onto the standard shelves in the library. So we house them separately on bigger shelves on top. These larger books are called folio books. So if you do not find a book on the shelf, please look higher up. It might be a folio book. Now we come to classification of information sources. Books are classified according to their subject. We use the Dewey Decimal Classification System in our library. Melvin Dewey was a librarian who lived in the 1800s and worked in the Library of Congress in Washington. He realized that at the pace information was increasing. Please bear in mind that information doubles every 5 years. And because of this, he felt the need to devise a system to find information in this library according to their subject. What he did then, he divided knowledge into 10 main classes. There you can see all 10 main classes. We are going to look at each and every one separately. Let's look at the first one. The first class is the 000 General Works class. This class is a general class for all books that contain all kinds of information and cannot be placed at just a specific subject. For example, general encyclopedias. The next class is the 100 class, which is for philosophy and psychology. This is an important class in our media center because we have a lot of books on child psychology under the 150s. This is the religion class, 200, mostly Christian religion, but also has a section for a small section for other religions as well. This very busy class is a huge category. Let's look at it. Government, military, firefighters, schools, money, family, jobs, holiday. It's all about society. An important class in our media center as well, because 370 is for education and most of our books fall under the 370s. This is the language class, which has a place for all languages. The better known languages have shorter numbers, for example English language, which would have shorter numbers than Afrikaans and Zulu. This class is the 500 class, which is the pure science class. In this class we have a lot of books in maths and science in our media center. Let's look what else. Seasons, numbers and maths, space, electricity, rocks and volcanoes, water and weather, fossils and dinosaurs, plants and habitats, bugs and animals. Dewey not only put subjects together, but subjects that are related next to one another. So fossils stand next to books on dinosaurs, and bugs stand next to books on animals. Chemistry next to books on physics. This is the technology class, applied science. If we look at it, how things work, cars and trucks, space and travel, our body, medicine, farming, farm animals, pets, pet care and cooking. So you can see it's all about technology. I am often asked the question why farm animals and pets are not placed with animals in the 500 class. It is because they are not found in a natural habitat, but part of the farm and home life. The 700 class is for books on music, art and physical education. The 800 class is for literature, which contains the literature of all languages. Lastly, we have the 900 class, which is for history, geography and biography. I'm going to use 2 slides to just demonstrate to you how clever Dewey was to use decimals to divide the categories until the most specific subject could have its own unique number. Take for example the 800 class, which he divided into 10. 810 being American literature and 820 English literature. The 820s was divided into 10 again. 821 being English poetry and 822 English drama. The 822s were divided into 10 again, 822.2 being English drama of the pre-Elizabethan period and 822.3 being English drama of the Elizabethan period. This was divided into 10 again. Shakespeare wrote English drama in the Elizabethan period, so his number is 822.33. This is another example of how Dewey kept on dividing in tens until he got the most specific number. 500 natural science, 590 zoological sciences, 598 birds, 598.9 birds of prey, and 598.91 special unique number just for falcons. It's not numbers that he sucked out of his thumb. They all divided and made sense. Finally, I have used this last slide of this section to demonstrate the decimal system to you to make sure that you know that 370.19 comes before 370.5. So please do not read it as 370.19, it's 370.19, and that is why it comes before 370.5, as well as 371.102 comes before 371.9. This is the end of the session. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this audio PowerPoint presentation. I really hope you found it useful.